Look, Mr. Matthews, what you're saying isn't adding up.
What do you mean? I thought it all made perfect sense.
Well, you said you were in Nobu, in Malibu at 8 p.m., but then back at your mansion in Ojai at 9 p.m.? That's a 2-hour drive. Did you not eat at Nobu?
Sorry, I said around 9. It might have been a little bit later than that.
Right, but then you said you had guests over that night that left around midnight, but then you also gave them a ride back into LA in the morning.
Sorry. I meant they left at midnight to go see the ocean or something, and then came back to my place, and then the next morning we all left together.
Mr. Matthews, there are a lot of holes in your story. If you're innocent, just tell me the truth and I can help you with this case, but otherwise I can't make a complete timeline.
Okay, sorry. I must be like a little flustered right now. Let me recap it one more time, and this is exactly what happened. Okay, so I'm getting dinner with my lovely wife, Sandra, at Nobu in Malibu, around 8, 9, let's just say 10 p.m. It was our anniversary, and she loves the place, so I made reservations months in advance. I can send you the confirmation email if you like. We drove back home, had a little get together to celebrate with some friends. At some point, my friend John, he's a real earthy guy. He's like, hey man, let's go see the ocean. It's been a while. And to be honest, I'd had enough drinks for that night. So I decided, no, you guys go ahead. I'll just call it an early night. I go to bed. I wake up the next morning, they're back. We go get some breakfast at Puerto Villa in Beverly Hills. And next thing I know, you chumps are arresting me and bringing me here.
Sounds like quite the anniversary celebration.
I mean, it was pretty great until you guys had to ruin it.
Well, I'd be inclined to believe you, Mr. Matthews, but when we arrested you, you were alone. Where were your wife and friends?
They left early for Rodeo Drive to do some, what they say, shopping they were going to do.
Why didn't you go with them?
To pay, obviously. I mean, the man's got to pay, right? And speaking of my little money burner, have you guys contacted my wife yet? I haven't seen her.
We're in the process of getting in contact with her now, but for the moment, let's just focus on this timeline, okay? So when you were arrested, it looked like you were sitting at a table for one. There were no other plates, no other utensils. Why was that?
All right, Nancy, Drew, what is this? I Spy or something? Or what do you need all the little details and questions for?
Sir, it's my job to get the facts straight.
I don't know. Okay, maybe the staff picked up after them right away after they left or something.
I can see that you're getting irritated, and I just want to get into the straight of it. The car was stolen from Malibu last night, and it was multiple eyewitnesses that reported to us that they saw you getting out of it this morning at Puerto Villa in Beverly Hills. What do you have to say about that?
I didn't steal anyone's car, all right? People are crazy, especially out here, and they'll say anything to bring me down. I mean, look, I'm an easy mark. I'm a very rich guy, and I'm sure I have a lot of enemies that would love to set me up, have me fail, go to jail, or all of the above.
So where was your car then this morning at Puerto Villa? We didn't see any cars that were registered in your name at the restaurant.
My car, I Ubered there, actually. That's what happened.
But you said you drove your friends from Ojai to LA this morning.
I did? I mean, I didn't. Again, just getting a little confused.
Mr. Matthews, at this point it is clear to both of us that you're lying or at least hiding something.
Fine. You know what? Screw it. I don't have to deal with this.
What do you mean?
Let's talk truth, okay? I saw the keys for the Porsche on the valet desk at Nobu. Again, I had been drinking that night and thought to myself, I recognize the keys to that Porsche. And I've always wanted to drive that model, so I figured, hey, now's the time as good as any. Took it for a test drive. I wasn't trying to steal anything. I mean, I could buy a Porsche anytime I want. I just figured the opportunity was there, so I might as well take it.
So you're admitting that you stole a car for fun and you kept it through the night?
I was going to give it back. I just figured I would stop, get some food, take it for a little joyride, then I was going to drive back to Nobu and leave the car and keys there, and no harm, no foul.
So you just admitted to grand theft auto and driving under the influence. These are serious charges. Are you aware of that?
I mean, did I though? And let's just say that they are serious. I don't know. I mean, I guess it's a good thing that no one will ever know about it, right?
What do you mean? You just told me.
Listen, what are you at this police station? Are you a secretary? What's the special name they give for, like, the police officer in training?
Sir, I'm a police officer.
Oh, well, good for you. I mean, well, whatever the case is, I'm sure that you don't make that much money, given the state of them shoes. So here's the thing. how would you like to triple your annual salary in a day?
I'm sorry, what are you offering?
I'll explain to you another way, all right? I'm willing to pay you an incredible amount of money to help me cover up this little insignificant mistake.
Sir, I
Hear me out, all right? It was just a little mistake on my part. You guys have the car back now. No one was hurt. The car is completely undamaged. So why don't we just work together on making up a story that'll prove that I'm innocent? I'll pay you, and this will mean way less paperwork for you and less court proceedings for all of us. The way I look at it, it's a win-win.
Sir, I don't know that.
Nancy. Is it Nancy? Can't really tell from here. Nancy, was it? And can I say that your eyes look amazing up close, by the way? You know, you seem like a really sweet and beautiful woman. So I'm just going to make this really easy for you. I'm never going to admit to this crime, all right? And even if by chance we end up going to court, I'm going to have the best lawyers possible at my disposal. Whereas, what would you gain from this? A mountain of paperwork for just one small misdemeanor? Come on. It's a no-brainer, really.
Sir, when I became a police officer, I took an oath to be truthful and to protect this town. I can't just go against everything that I stand for your convenience.
All right, Nancy Drew. I'm sure you and the Hardy Boys have plenty of other crimes that are way more serious than this for the truth and justice. All right, to be honest, I'm getting a little tired of this if we're continuing to be truthful here. Listen, if we go to court, this will take months. And I'll make sure that the second everything is resolved and I'm cleared of all charges, that you won't be able to step foot anywhere in this city again. I have some real powerful friends, Nancy, who would do anything for me. And I just figured you should know and maybe keep that in mind.
Are you threatening me?
Threatening? No, Nancy. I mean, we're having a conversation. Anything, it's a proposal. All I'm saying is that you can make a lot of money for essentially doing nothing. What do you say? You have a deal? There you go.
So, according to Nancy's notes here, you left Nobu, had a party with some friends, and found yourself coincidentally at Porta Via the next day where the stolen car happened to be?
Yeah, that sounds about correct.
Yeah. And what about all the eyewitness accounts that state you exited the stolen vehicle before entering the restaurant?
Ma'am, listen, as CEO of Wonderline, I've made plenty of enemies over the years, and some of which I'm sure will go to no lengths to try to bring me down. I'm sure there's some setup here trying to frame me and send me to jail and cause my failure. But I mean, you can double check Nancy's report. I'm sure it's all there.
Any idea of who might be behind that?
Honestly, no idea. Actually, you should probably bring back some of those eyewitnesses and kind of cross-examine them. I'm sure they know who the real culprit is.
Right. Well, you know, the interesting thing here, all of our eyewitnesses are actually people who work at the restaurant. And I know you're a very successful and interesting character here, but due to the fact that they work at the restaurant, I don't think they would have any ill intent on you, or even know who you are for that matter.
Okay, let's not get too ahead of ourselves. I'm sure most of them know who I am. Right, but that's besides the point here, right? There's some deeper and darker things going on. I mean, there's just, at this level of success, there's a lot of things that go on to kind of bring down people like me. And to be honest, I'm very relieved that there are two people as dedicated as you two on this case to catch who really did it.
Well, I think that's all we need today from you.
Perfect.
Anything else you want to add while we're on the record, Nancy?
Yes. Just that everything Mr. Matthews said is a lie.
What? She's lying.
Mr. Matthews stole the vehicle from Nobu in Malibu, took it all night, didn't think it was a big deal, and is now trying to cover his tracks.
She's lying. She must be one of the people that was hired by my competitors to slander me.
No, she's not. She's not a liar, and she's most definitely not a hired assassin or whatever you're claiming to attack you. We know you're the one who stole that car, Mr. Matthews. We've known the entire time. Nancy told me everything before our meeting even started.
You ratted me out? You snake!
You ratted yourself out. You're done, Mr. Matthews.
Well, it's your word against mine. And in court, It comes down to who has the best lawyers. And let me tell you guys something. Mine will be the best.
Actually, it's your word against your own. I was recording our conversation the whole time. I thought you might rat yourself out, but I didn't realize it would be that easy.
Honestly, the fact that you would even consider bribing somebody to cover up your own mistakes is appalling. And it shows the reality of your real personality and probably how you run your business. So I think it's safe to assume that your company is getting shut down.
At the end of the day, you can't just use wealth and status to get out of things, Mr. Matthews.
If this gets out, I'm gonna make sure that you two pay.
Your self-indulgent days are over. Have a good time in prison.
And that shirt is disgusting.